Canada's top public safety leaders on an urgent mission in Washington to highlight changes to Canadian border security.
In my view, any test that was put on this country, on Canada, in terms of showing progress and meeting standards for the border, I believe those have been met.
Armed with statistics and specifics, they're hoping details about investigations and arrests will be shared with the U.S. president to address his complaints.
Every day, the officers of CBSA are looking for fentanyl, they're looking for drugs, they're looking for firearms and contraband.
We'll be discussing trade.
But Donald Trump is suggesting his mind is made up, repeating his exaggerated complaints about the northern border.
A lot of drugs are coming in through Canada. We can't have that.
Trump says he's going ahead with tariffs starting March 4th, 25% on Canadian goods, a lower 10% on Canadian energy, 25% tariffs on Mexico, and an additional 10% on China.
If on Tuesday there are unjustified tariffs brought in on Canada, we will have an immediate and extremely strong response, as Canadians expect.
But people who've negotiated with Trump in the past suggest he may not follow through on his threat.
We had numerous times where he was threatening to do things and he didn't do them, and then others where it just came right out of the blue.
Are we in a situation where we're not going to know what he's going to do until he actually does it?
You don't know until he does it.
Trump has repeatedly taken shots at Canada, from his economic threats to his 51st state insults. No pushback on that from the British Prime Minister, who was asked if he had concerns about annexation rhetoric.
You mentioned Canada. I think you're trying to find a divide between us that doesn't exist. We're the closest of nations, and we had very good discussions today, but we didn't discuss Canada.
Thank you.
Canadian officials are having a difficult time finding people willing to publicly take their side, partly out of fear of upsetting Trump. Katie Simpson, CBC News, Washington.